Okay, let's have a look inside the RA25. TA27 is just the same. Here's the back. It's different to your 28. Here is your spare wheel because the fuel tank is down here. You run these straps. I think it's a Y strap configuration for the 28, and over here, if I can open it, is where the jack goes and spare bits and pieces, the Toyota tool bag, and the seat folds down with the little hinges, the same as the 28 does. And if you look in there, that's a 22 dashboard, which is what the 25 and 27 basically were. Another thing I need to point out, which I didn't say in the last video, on this vehicle, if you're astute, you would notice that it has two side indicators, the standard front, and it has another indicator here at the rear. This was done to meet Australian conditions to get it on the road with the paper compliance plate. So the standard model does not have that rear side indicator. When I do a restoration on this car, I haven't decided yet whether to keep that or not. I could remove it because that is what a standard 25 has, or I could keep it because it was changed, and that's how it was changed for Australia, and keep it in that vein. So I'm not sure. The other thing too, the 25 and 27 had reflectors in the rear bumper, so that was another unique feature of these cars, the reflecting rear bumper. The 28 got the standard bumper with no reflectors, and the 25 or the GTs back in 73 and 74, 75 and that, when you purchased them, they came with all options and you de-optioned. So they came with power windows, they came with air conditioning, and to have these removed, you would specify when you purchase your car that I want a GT, but remove the air conditioning, remove the power windows, to de-option it. And there was only really one thing you could buy for the GT, only one option that you really could get, and that is the very rare, it's going to be hen's teeth. Let's go in here. Oil temperature gauge. There's a slot in the dash for it, and this comes with the GTV TA22s, and there is a slot there, and that's the only option you get, which this car has that option. That's not a proper dash because I was an idiot and hacked it when I was younger to fit a radio, but I do have a complete original new old stock JDM dash to put in, which will happen when it gets done. It's restoration. Air conditioning unit down there. Don't know what that is. Again, I'll look at that when it gets restored. This car's mainly a garage queen, which is why it has this on the battery. It gets parked and I poke that through the bonnet and it just sits on charge. So there's the GT console and the seats. The GT interior, the gauges. We had the amp and oil, fuel. The 18RG powered vehicles had the 220 kilometre speed limit on the speedo, and this is a JDM. This is your normal hazards, but you can flick it one side, and what that does, it puts on the parker lights at a very low wattage on that side of the car. I turn it, it puts on the right side of the car, and if I turn it again, all four are on. And I guess it was some safety feature that was used for when the car's parked at night, that you could have lights glowing all night to mark the car so people could see it without it getting hit, I guess. But that did fool me for a while. So that's pretty much the interior. Yes, the old Rego label. I'll have to take that off. Now let's look at the engine. 18RG 1973 in all its glory. Has had a bit of a freshen up. It needs more work, but we're not getting fully into it until it goes for its restoration and gets done properly. She's got a slight water leak. See the pink down there on the carbies? So the carbies will, on the inlet manifold, has a slight leak, so that'll have to be fixed, or I get a new inlet manifold. And these second carbies here have a slight problem, and I need to be rebuilt. So I've got to get the kit and sit down and rebuild them. It normally runs the standard yucky exhaust header, but this one I've still got that original header put aside, but we put extractors on it and custom made, where the bottom one moves out the way down there to stay away from the air conditioner. The 73 model overflow here just overflowed out. This I put in as a overflow bottle, but it didn't have it, but I put one in. It has a proper overflow bottle on the 74, 75 models. So another difference between the 73. And there's the in stamp. So it's 5763. So she's a fairly early build when you look at all the thousands that were built. And let's look at the other details we can find. And here you normally find a compliance plate. Nothing, because it has none. So let's fire up the engine. Unless your car rattles and shakes, you really haven't gone true old school. So hesitation is with that carby leak that needs to be fixed. And that is pretty much RA25GT Celica. Hope you enjoyed it.